So we are less than 24 hours away from Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders going live in both the United States and Canada. And I'm very excited for this. I do hope that I am able to secure a system or two or something like that. Like, I plan on going all out, having like Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop, Target tabs up, and just trying to get it wherever I can get it in. Of course, there was a story that happened yesterday that allegedly somebody stole some Nintendo Switch 2s off a production line. And if you are that individual, my Twitter DMs are open. I have money and I'm willing to spend money to get it early. But amidst all of the hype and hoopla, obviously Nintendo Switch 2s have been available in other regions for pre-order since the initial Nintendo Switch 2 reveal trailer with the Direct. They gave us a date and people were able to pre-order it unless you lived in the United States or Canada. But now we have a very interesting update about what is happening with these Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, and it comes directly from Nintendo themselves, and even Furukawa is the one allegedly typing this. So I want to go over this information with you guys and then kind of clarify some of the things that I see within it, because I mean, I could see some people getting a little bit nervous here. So, according to Wario64, Nintendo says it received 2.2 million applications to pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2 in Nintendo's Japan store. The number far exceeds our expectations and far exceeds the number of Nintendo Switch 2 consoles that can be delivered from the My Nintendo store on June 5th. Users not selected will carry over to a second lottery, blah, blah, blah. And then we have a translation here done by Google from Furukawa on an official Nintendo of Japan Twitter post. So don't think that this is made up or anything like that. Hello, this is Furukawa. I'm 100% sure he is sitting there typing all of this stuff by hand, by himself. We have been procuring many materials and proceeding with the production in advance so that we can deliver the Switch 2 to you. On April 2nd, we announced details about the Switch 2 and started accepting applications for the lottery sale on the My Nintendo store. As a result, we received 2.2 million. So they basically do these lottery things, and there is something kind of similar because you can get a pre-order from the My Nintendo store on the US side of things, but I don't like the date was like in the middle of May when you are either chosen or denied to get a Nintendo Switch 2 system. So there is that sort of, concern that some people have that if they don't try to get something from GameStop or Best Buy or Target or something like that, they'll be solely relying on the whole side of things where it is, I'm at the behest of Nintendo. I have to make sure that I get chosen to be in it. In order to avoid the trouble of those who are not selected in the first lottery sale having to reapply, My Nintendo Store will automatically carry over those who are not selected in the first to the second. However, even including the quantity for the second sale, we cannot fulfill all the applications we received. We deeply apologize for not being able to meet your expectations despite our preparations. In response to this demand, we are currently working on further strengthening our production system. In addition, starting tomorrow, April 24th, game retailers and online stores nationwide will begin accepting pre-orders or lottery sales for the Switch 2 console. Please check information. The console will also be able to be sold at My Nintendo Store after the release date. With the cooperation of retailers, we will continue to ship the console and make efforts to get as many Switch 2 consoles as possible into your hands. We plan to continue producing and shipping a considerable amount of Nintendo Switch 2 units in the future. We apologize for the delay and our ability to meet your expectations, and we appreciate your understanding. Please understand that is a classic Nintendo term. So what does this all mean? Because, they've received 2.2 million applications and they're not able to satisfy those 2.2 million applications, but that is just through the My Nintendo store that this is dealing with. This is not dealing with individual retailers. This is not dealing with online retailers. This is simply from the My Nintendo store thing. And to be honest with you, I'm very sure that over here in North America, there probably is a very similar situation with that, because when you put in, and I'm not saying that this is happening a lot or something like that, but when you put into apply quote unquote apply for the Switch 2 through the My Nintendo store, you're literally just saying which system you want. It asks you which one are you interested in, and then you choose either the standard edition or the bundle edition that comes with Mario Kart 8 World, and then they're like, okay, we'll let you know if you got picked, and you have to like sign in to your My Nintendo account and stuff like that. But it's not like you're actually putting money down for it. It's just more so intention of purchasing, I guess would be the proper term, interest in purchasing the item. So it's not necessarily that every single one of those people is going to want to buy the system. They're just expressing interest in the system. And if they're getting over 2.2 million in Japan, that's honestly very impressive because, you know, when you think about things and you think about the cost of the system, it is a higher dollar item, but you do have to remember something with the Japanese market and the Nintendo Switch 2. There is a very specific Japanese only SKU that is happening in Japan that is much cheaper than what the rest of the world is paying for the Nintendo Switch 2. That is a region locked system. So for whatever reason, Nintendo decided to do, I guess probably because of loyalty, you know, they are a Japanese company. Doug Bowser is just a marketing head for the Japanese company of Nintendo of Japan. They basically made a region-locked Japan-only system that is significantly cheaper than the region-free systems that are available everywhere else. Now, Japan is doing region-free systems as well, but they are, of course, more expensive than this region-locked system. I honestly wish that they would have done this like worldwide, like, you know, for each region, because I mean, realistically speaking, there's just two regions. I mean, I guess if you want to break it up into NTSC and PAL, and then you want to break it up between, you know, the West and the East, then you could have done one in Europe, one in Japan, and one in the United States, all being region free, cheaper options, because I mean, you're going to sell more systems that way. But many people are now wondering and are pretty concerned about ordering their Nintendo Switch 2 system tonight, and if they're going to be able to procure their system as far as everything is concerned. And I'm still of the mindset that it shouldn't be too crazy. You know, there's always the chance that I'm completely wrong on this, but when you look at some other regions, places like the UK, places like you know, Australia, you can actually get a pre-order right now. Like, you can go to Australian video game retailer websites and get a pre-order for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, whether or not they're going to beat the allotted amount that they plan on getting, but these are like big retailers and stuff like that, so I don't think it'll be too difficult. Obviously, you know, you got to worry about the bots, but to be fair, a lot of these websites and a lot of these companies are doing one console per customer sort of situation. Now, bots can obviously kind of get around that and stuff like that, but I am hopeful that that's not going to be the case and that the websites don't crash. But, you know, there is that chance that everything just turns into an absolute shit show. And when you see the high demand for it in Japan, you kind of got to be a little bit worried about securing yours in the United States. Now, this happens at midnight because I'm on the East Coast, so I will be like recording my progress through it, and I'll have a video for the morning to see if I got one, if I got 1, 2, 3, 4, however many I ended up, you know, securing with this. But, you know, a little nervous, And once again, if you are that person, look, I ain't no snitch, dog. I ain't no snitch. People are like, oh, you tell way too many crazy stories on Spawncast and stuff like that. Dog, that's just the stuff I can talk about. That's the stuff that I can talk. There are stories that I have that I could never talk about. Never. So take that into account, bro. I am a very trustworthy individual. And if you scratch my back, I will scratch your back. So if you stole that Nintendo Switch 2 system, hit me up. DMs are open, man. I'm gonna need a lot of proof, but you will be rewarded handsomely. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? Do you plan on ordering one tonight? If so, what do you plan on picking up? I plan on getting Street Fighter. I plan on getting Mario Kart, obviously, in the bundle. I plan on getting Cyberpunk. I already have my SanDisk card because I am well prepared. I have a million different companies sending me Switch 2 accessories because Jesus Christ. Look, when June happens, bro, like just expect like a sponsor a day for like the first week of Switch 2 stuff because these companies are just lining up with their accessories. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Good luck tonight. If you plan on picking one up, I'll have my story up tomorrow morning. Later.